Our 19th year, which is pretty overwhelming when you think about it. I was telling my husband I've been doing this like half of our married life. It's more than I thought. So it's been a big part of our life. We started this 19 years ago. I was teaching music for Covenant Christian Academy, and my best friend Dawn was teaching music at Horizon Christian Academy. And we were trying to have bands and orchestras and choruses. And in those small school situations, the band was 12 people, 5 flutes, a guitar, and 3 drums. You know, a strange group that was called the band. And chorus might be from 6th grade to 12th grade, and might be 8 kids. Again, really limiting what you could even do. And a little bit of arm twisting just to offer these kinds of things, because they would clash with, I don't know. I did not say that, right? I just whispered, mouthed it. So anyway, we got together one year and we were talking about our programs, and we taught our kids the same music, and we happened to have our concert the same night at the same place, and we put our kids together. And we went, woo, we're on to something. This is a band, and this is a chorus. It was just a real thrill to see what happened when we were able to put our groups together. So the very next year, we started an after-school program called Christian Fine Arts of Forsyth, someplace where our homeschoolers could come because they were really missing out on that group participation. Private school kids could come. And Dawn was saying, she said, Hetty, we might have 80 kids the first day. She sent out letters to every Christian school and all of the homeschool groups. And the first day, 120 people walked through the door, and we were started. And in fact, we were actually behind. The place where we were using was not big enough for 120 people. So anyway, we sort of started it because our own children were being homeschooled, and we wanted a place for them to be able to participate in orchestra and chorus and marching band, things like that. So we were looking for something for our own kids, and we weren't really looking for an income. Dawn and I paid ourselves each $50 for one semester, the first semester. And then when second semester came around, we said, what if we used my $50 and your $50 when we bought some more music? And so we did that. So basically it has been run as a ministry all of these years. We have had to increase prices as the venues that we use, the facilities, get more and more costly. It's $3,000 a month to rent this, and that's not our insurance, which is really pretty high, and it's not our air conditioning and our water and all of the extra things. That's just to open the door, which, by the way, during 2020 the doors were closed for 3 months, so that was $9,000 out and go. So anyway, we try to keep it as reasonable as possible so that more and more kids can come. We want it to be accessible. But we do have to pay the bills. So that is why we have things like fundraising and volunteer work. Many of the teachers, we all started out volunteering. And through the years, we pay teachers, but it's still a very small amount compared to what they would make at a regular job. And so they're still volunteering an awful lot of their time, and a few still are volunteering all their time. Love the volunteers, that's awesome. Let's see if we want to get into any of that. Diane will talk about volunteering. Just a real quickie thing. You notice the parking lot when you came in. During the school year, there's a business on this side and a business on that side, and they each have reserved 4 spots or so from the ends. and they ask us to please not park in there. They have not repainted over them, and it's hard to see, but if you just know, I'm not gonna park right in front of their spot. Now, after 5 o'clock, you can park anywhere you want. We do have some spaces around the back, and there's a back entrance. And so you can drop off either in the front or the back. Dropping off in the front can be kind of hard because it's hard to turn around. Usually there is a turnaround in the back, depends on how many vehicles they have back there. They got a bunch for a while. So anyway, we ask that you be, carpool if you can. If you're one of our longtime families, I don't know if I see anybody here that's been here for a long time. I will send something out though to those people and say you might want to drop off those first couple of weeks so that it's not too congested. And just be patient with that. Hopefully that will all work out. We sometimes park up at the church on the corner, which is called Grace Point. We haven't talked to them this year because we didn't need it for the past 2 after COVID years, so I'm not sure what this year is going to look like. All right, so it's going to be crowded. I did want to let those of you who have children of many ages know that there is a really cute park right across the street, over there where the aquatic building is. There's a nice sweet little park with a covered pavilion. If you want to take little ones to play, then that's a great place. There's also, if you head down Pilgrim Mill, a gorgeous playground on the left. It's a city park playground that is really, really nice. So some places you can take siblings to if you have a bunch of folks. Let's see. We have a basic code of conduct, and it is really pretty basic. We expect students and parents to be respectful, kind, and considerate to each other. And so that's the main thing that you will hear us talking about. We've had very little problem in that area, fortunately, but things do come up where a child writes on the bathroom wall, or other things. Again, it's not our space, which I really don't want to repaint, even if it is my space, but it's somebody else's, and we should be good stewards of the facility. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that, and that they are kind and considerate to each other, not especially, but I want to just point out in the way that we talk to one another. I always tell the kids to, be kind and use your words well with other people, and just want to remind them of that. So you have a code of conduct, which does also include a dress code. And this isn't like a morality thing, like, ooh, I don't like bathing suits. I do. Bathing suits are awesome at the lake or the beach or the pool, but not so much in a classroom. So our dress code is more for, like I said, not judgment on you or your children or anything like that, but trying to keep a professional atmosphere in our classes and all of that. So I think Corey's going to talk about the dress code.
Sure.
Okay. Good. Let's see. With the dress code, it's a really good idea. Something that might be a perfectly wonderful outfit to wear to chorus might not be the best thing to wear in the swing dance class, where you're being twirled and stuff like that. So I would suggest, trying out your outfit for whatever you're doing. And I learned that the hard way as a young person playing in an orchestra, and wore my black skirt that I was supposed to wear, and I played the cello. This was a long time ago when skirts were short, and it was not a good plan, and I didn't realize that till I was on the stage. So now I make my children, even when they're little, I would dress them up and have them try on their outfit and see if they could play. Had a little boy come in a beautiful red velvet blazer for a Christmas concert, and he went to play his violin, and he couldn't get his arms up to play, so that was kind of sad. So try out the outfits for the class. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go with Diane, who's going to talk to us about fundraising, communication, and volunteers.
Hello, welcome. I'm Diane Stevens. Many of you maybe see my emails or texts. I'm the communication person. I've been a part of CFAF since 2012 when my children joined, and my daughter Jenna's over here, and my other daughter Jessica, who's in Tennessee now. They both grew up at CFAF basically and loved it, and it became our second family, and cannot speak highly enough of the classes, the instructors, the friends they made, and the families that we've been able to get to know. So it's a wonderful place to be, and if you're new, welcome. So as Hetty mentioned, we do rely heavily on volunteers. We don't have a very big budget, so the biggest need is cleaning. However, today I sent out a cleaning schedule and I am so thrilled, like it is already pretty much full. Everybody like stepped up to the plate and signed up, so I'm really happy about that. But we have lots of other areas that we need help. We have a lot of music that needs to be scanned in. Teachers are very busy, so if one of the parents could take attendance for the classes, we need help with that. Backstage help at the performances, just especially for the little ones, like just figuring out which class is next. It's like herding cats sometimes, just to get them all together and make sure we've got everybody they're ready to go, and makes the performance go better if they're all ready to go. And we like to have a lot of socials, so we're more than just a music school. We're here to help the kids get to know each other and make friends, and so parents can help plan socials or dances and special events and help chaperone those events. And there may be other areas. Through the years we've had lots of families, maybe they own a printing shop and they can print brochures for us, or different things like that. So if you have a special skill, something you think might benefit CFAF, we are definitely open to that and would love to talk to you about other ways that you could volunteer that maybe we haven't thought of yet. And we try to communicate the best we can. Ways that we communicate, the main way is through text reminds. So hopefully you picked up a flyer, and if not, they're in the table out there. And then if you want, you can download the Remind app, which is the easiest way, but you don't have to have the app if you don't want it. And you can get text reminds, and you can also, I believe, get those reminds by email if you don't want like a lot of text coming through. The way that got started was, unfortunately, we had a concert planned at one venue, and like the day before, we found out they were not going to allow us to perform there, and we had to switch venues in a day. And we did send out an email, but not everybody checks email. So that's when Remind became a thing. And if there's like inclement weather, which doesn't happen a lot in Georgia, but sometimes, and we have to cancel classes, like you should really join Remind so that you'll be up on that. We do also have an email list. If you're not getting the CFAF emails, you can email us at cfafstudios@gmail.com and we'll add you. And we also have a public and a private Facebook page. And so joining the private one is a great way to keep up on what's happening. So if you just go to Facebook, search groups for Christian Fine Arts of Forsyth and request to join the group. And then looking at the events, because I try to make events for everything, and then you can see what's happening and when. And then we also have an Instagram account, which I'm not great at keeping up with, but I try. So if you go to Instagram and just Christian_fine_arts, you can follow us on Instagram as well. And then payments for tuition can be paid either in a lump sum, or you can spread it out over 3 months. The first payment's due on the first day of class. We prefer check or cash in the tuition box that's out front. There are little envelopes if you're paying cash. If you could write your name on it, that's real helpful. And checks just make out to CFAF. New this year is Zelle. You can pay us through Zelle to cfafstudios@gmail.com. And also, unfortunately, new this year, PayPal has started charging us a 3% fee. We used to be able to do friends and family, no more. So if you are paying PayPal, we ask that if you would add on 3% to help cover that fee, that would be super helpful. And we always try to do fundraising. We've done a variety of things over the years. So candy bars, greeting cards, Chick-fil-A calendars, those are no more. So this year, we're gonna plan a lock-in, and we're trying to raise money for new color guard uniforms, new color guard tops, and our goal is to raise $1,500. So sometime this fall, we'll be putting together a lock-in, which should be a lot of fun. Yeah, we will need a lot of chaperones to help us through the lock-in. So, all right, I think that's it.
Would you like to talk about SLC and? Yep.
All the things. Okay. I'm Corey Johansson. I've been a teacher here for 7 years. 7 years. My kids started going here. We moved. I'm from here originally, but we moved away and lived in Nebraska for 10 years. We moved back. We were homeschooling and thought, what are we going to do with our kids? They really like music and they need some friends. So we found this, just stumbled upon it online and came, and that was that. We were hooked and we're here for good. So I have 4 kids. My older 2 have come up through CFAF, graduated, and I have one that came back and is teaching now that has a music major, or excuse me, degree now, finished. So 2 down, 2 to go. So I still have 2 that are here in high school as well. So, but I'm one of those moms that wants to, like, if there's somewhere I can help, then that's what I'm gonna do, is plug in and start doing that. So I help, I teach clogging classes here for middle school, high school, an audition group, and now adults. So if anyone's interested in learning how to clog as an adult, I'm your girl. So that'll be Thursdays, 6:30 to 7:20 is the adult class. So super fun. Very good. Anyway, so there's clogging. I also help organize the SLC, which is our CFAF has a leadership coalition of students. It's Student Leadership Coalition, and they are the people you'll see. Ladies, stand up. We've got a couple here tonight. With the little red sash necklace, or lanyard necklaces on. So if you ever have a question or a problem and you see someone with a red necklace, they can help you. If you don't see a teacher around that, you can ask a question too. I also coordinate graduation. So if you have a student that is ready to graduate this year or upcoming years, again, your girl. Also help. So if anybody needs sewing, if you need volunteers for sew, if you know how to sew, see me. If you need a new outfit. Lastly, what's the other thing I do? Yearbook. Thank you. I also organize a yearbook class in the spring. We just meet like once or twice, and then it's mostly online. And so you can get credit for that, like a transcript credit for that as well. So it's like a half a credit if you do a 1 credit system each year. So we do have some examples of our yearbooks that are out there. It's great. We do have spring pictures and fall pictures each year, and we have a wonderful guy that does that for us. He does a fantastic job. So you're not missing out on much here. You're getting kind of a whole well-rounded little program. Also, so the other lovely thing that I get to talk about is dress code. So I do go into the classes in the fall and in the spring just to remind everybody what our dress code is. It's very, very similar to, I think you pulled it from other schools' dress codes with the county.
I think they
might have changed
mellowed a
little more.
It was almost.
It used to be. Yeah. So we're allowed to wear shorts. We can wear skirts. We can wear things like that. But our shorts need to be. That's a fingertip rule. Have your hands here, and yeah, we're not like pulling them up or like pulling them down to make it fit. So your fingertips need to be shorter than your shorts. Your shorts should be longer than your fingertips. We don't mind sleeveless items as long as we just joked about this the other day, as your strap is longer, like wider than like 2 inches or so. So usually it's like your 3 fingers like this. So we don't want to see undergarments showing through, no spaghetti straps. Also skirts, don't follow this rule. We like the skirts to hit the top of the knee if possible. Also, if you're wearing a skirt and you're in a dance class, please, oh please, have bike shorts underneath them. Okay. Also, any shirts, we don't want to see midriff, so if you raise your arms up or down or lower, we try not to see bellies or backs. So that's preference. So, and any other things that you can think of? Oh, I think the other one was leggings. We don't mind leggings as long as there's a shirt covering this area. So, everybody cool? All right, that's my embarrassing moment for the day. Nice to meet you all.
Now you're seeing this room set up like this, but we have a lot of different classes, and what happens to this room during the week is pretty unique because kids will come in on Tuesday and it's set up for orchestra. And so there's these big arched rows of chairs for the kids for orchestra. But immediately after orchestra, all those chairs are stacked and moved aside because the Celtic dance classes will be happening, and then I think swing choir. And then all the chairs will come back, or part of them come back for Wednesday. Anyway, I really need to get pictures of the progression throughout the week sometime, just to see the chairs come down, the chairs go up. They are configured so many different ways. And we are still on the look for other facilities later. That's one of the hard things for us. By the time we finish this lease, which we have a little more than a year here, so we will complete this year and go halfway into next year. Probably I can get him to extend if we need to make it through the year. But that means we're gonna need to be looking again, and we will have been here for 10 years, which is just, it seems like yesterday that we moved in here, so pretty wild to think of. So we are always looking to if we could buy an acre and a half somewhere and know that we could build on it, it'd be so nice. So those are things we dream of. Also, venues for performances are something that you guys might have an idea for and bring some new news to us there, which would be awesome. The last thing for me to cover is just to introduce our teachers. So this will go pretty fast. I'm Hetty Farley, and I teach the CFAF singers, that's a high school chorus, the symphonic orchestra, Suzuki strings, little bitty strings, elementary strings, and beginning band. So those are my classes. If you have a question for one of those classes, make sure you come to me and instead of Diane or Corey. So knowing the right person for each class is great. We have Amy Farley. I just saw her. She's here.
Why don't you pull them all up?
Okay,
Have all the
let's see.
teachers come up.
Diane Stevens, right here. And she does our elementary drama, plus puts together, like when we do a show for like the senior center, she's gonna be doing a Christmas Carol. So we're gonna need characters of different ages for that, and Jenna will be in charge of that. Amy Farley, would you come up? Or stand up at least? She gave me this really bad face. This is Amy, she does our Little Dragons class, and she's married to the piano player. Who is Zeke Farley, who will come in later. I'll come back to him. We have Jim Canone, who's not here tonight, but he is new and going to be teaching our middle school chorus, our intermediate band, and our men's choir. And he comes with many, many years of experience. He has been teaching those kind of classes for a long time. And we're really, really excited to have him here. We have Alex and Sammy Hamilton, who are also not here tonight. They teach the guitar class, K2 ballet, elementary ballet, middle school ballet, swing kids, the ukulele class, and elementary chorus, I think. They're helping Evie out this year because she's due in October. So number 4. So she's having a little bit of hard time doing all those tap classes and stuff. So she has some help. We have Veronica McClanahan right here. She'll be teaching K2 chorus and tiny tap, and I may be talking her into helping with some of the violin classes.
Oh my God.
I haven't told her this.
Surprise.
It's just the classes are really big. So I'm thinking some help would be nice. You have met Corey. This is Abby Johansson. She is a graduate of CFAF, so is Veronica, and
So is Jenna.
Jenna, and
So is Zeke.
Evie. Yeah, a lot of times the people don't leave, which is a huge blessing to us that they want to continue and they want to pass things on. Abby is fabulous, and she does our color guard, our middle school Celtic. She does class piano, so contact her if you want a cheaper option for piano lessons. She does class piano. And then she's doing our beginning string.
And ladies choir.
And ladies choir, I totally left that off the list. All right, ladies choir, and yes, adults are welcome. So, men's choir, ladies choir, we've always had some adults in both of those, and that's a lot of fun. Evie Kushel, who couldn't be here tonight, is doing middle school swing and intermediate strings for as long as she can. And she'll be back more next semester. We have Talbot Bussey. Is Talbot here today?
I think she's out of town.
Oh, okay. She is our art teacher for K2 and elementary, and I think that the art projects are gonna be so fun. So I think the kids are gonna have an awesome year. Her husband's company has decided they would like to sponsor our art, and so they paid for all the materials. What a huge blessing. Another thing that was their idea, and it's like, that's awesome. It blesses us. It's gonna be nice for the kids, so really excited about that. And, oh, there's Zeke, wave. And Zeke is teaching swing choir, fire choir, concert band, high school Celtic, and he is, and jazz band in the spring. And he is our taekwondo, karate instructor. Did I leave anything out? Is there some other class I was springing on you?
I hope not.
Zeke was there when we first opened our doors. He was just starting college, and he happened to be there our first day of class, and there were so many people that came in. Dawn was freaking out, and she said, Zeke, she had over 30 kids in beginning strings, and they were from ages of like kindergarten through high school. They were all in that class together, and she said, I'm gonna take the older ones and you take the younger ones. But I have to have your help at least this week. And he told me, he said, Mom, I will help y'all out this year because I'm available on this day. So I will help you out this year, but I'm not gonna be a teacher. So 19 years later. Thank you, I appreciate him so much. Okay, that's pretty much, I think that's all the main topics. Does anybody have any questions? No questions? Awesome. If you don't, we'd love to give you a tour. I think our SLC ladies in the back, would you be able to take folks on a tour and show them, what classrooms they'll be in? That would be awesome. They will stand up and you can meet up with them. And if there are any questions, you can grab any of us afterwards. Check our place out.